What is good for the goose is good for the gander. And if the loss of the land is not biased, what it means is, irrespective of who you are in the society, it is the same law that applies to every citizen of Nigeria.
I got the video off, but there's no cool open on this end, so I have the engine knuckle open.
Yeah, the knuckle on the engine is open. You're okay to tie on. Thanks for the SVU, man. Now,
Yes, sir.
since we have seen the direction that you so-called pastors are traveling now when it comes to people that are set to expose your evil, to expose all your gimmicks, you want to be using the law against them. You want to be getting them arrested. That Olukoya could lock people up for several years without being convicted of any offense. Used gimmicks to make sure that Maureen Badejo stayed behind bars for a few days. Because we are talking about the arrest and the release on bail. But nobody is actually looking at the method and the lies that got Maureen Badejo behind bars. That is, by the way. Some of us are working towards having an association of legal representatives that henceforth we are going to be challenging the status quo. That if Olukoya comes out and says he's having a special program whereby people will bring water and he will pray on the water, it will turn to manna water. Henceforth, some Nigerians will start standing up to confirm the authenticity of that water. Because if what you people claim in court is that what we tell the populace is misleading, then it is the same law you good-for-nothing entities should be subjected to. That you tell us from your podium that a particular miracle happened somewhere. Go ahead.
5454.
All yours.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That it is misleading the populace. What it means is that we will make sure that you give us evidences of whatever you are selling to the populace. And no brakes applied. What it means is, if Odekunle Epaphras, for example, says he's selling water, we are going to be confirming the source of that water and the authenticity of that water. If Taiwo Ojo says that he is supplying the populace with any product, Nigerians are now more interested in confirming the authenticity of that product. That Agbala Gabriel will say he's going to the UK. He's bringing some water, he's bringing some oil for people to buy to wrought miracles. Before he does that, he must first confirm the authenticity of those products. You think it is a small fight. Some of us are pushing towards that direction now. You think it is a joke. If Baba Deboye claims that his prayers did something, we need evidences. We need proofs. If Olukoya says that he has cured cancer before, Nigerians are beginning to ask for proofs of all your acclaimed miracles. And it is going to start this year, not next year. Because enough is enough. You good for nothing entities on podiums or podia. Because the plural of stadium is stadia. Or not. Copy. That at the end of the day, you stand on those podia, you say you've done this before, you've done that before. It is no longer going to be the same thing again. About 2 years ago, I made a video. I challenged Olukoya of MFM. I said, the testimony you gave concerning that woman who was pregnant and the photos didn't have head, until you prayed on manna water, or you prayed on water, the water turned to manna water they used, and the photos had heads. Henceforth, you must be providing us with evidences. Failure to do so, it means you are misleading the populace. Break straight out close, thank you. That you are misleading the populace. It is no longer going to be the same. If you can be using the law, adjusting the law against people that are speaking up, then the same law will apply to you, and we are going to be working with some serious-minded legal representatives who truly want Nigeria to be great again, that will be fearless and stand in face against adversaries. It is not going to be an easy task for you guys again. Because when you share all these testimonies, people are incited. People are sensitized to give their hard-earned money, thinking that your miracles or your testimonies are true. But if you're so sure of the God that you've been selling to people all these years, then you should not be afraid to come and present the authenticity, to come and showcase the power of that God at places where we can easily see. And finally, during the crossover night, unlike before, my father says, oh, God is going to do the... You people notice that it reduced drastically. They are no longer free. They are no longer bold to tell us the things that God didn't tell them. And after all, your Bible has said, how do you know a fake prophet or a fake man of God? When they say God has said this, those things will not come to pass. I'm going to be making some of my videos in English because so many people have been complaining that I should please. And that is why I'm making this in English. Let me let it go viral. We are going to be suing you pastors too for misleading the populace, for collecting, for using gimmicks and yahooing the populace, the poor masses, till we get to the point where Rwanda president got to and said he closed down 60,000 religious centers. It is coming to Nigeria. And we know that the government, a government that will see reasons with us, will come into power. We are never saying that God doesn't exist, if you call him God. But that you're going to be using that God to scam people, it is no longer going to be easy. Mark my words. We are going to be sending out letters to challenge your claims. My name remains Rotimi Daniels. Akekaka wi kokolojo oloro ti baba laku baba oloro ba gbo kilo fe fi mi se. As long as it is the truth and we're standing up for justice. Nonsense.